submarine, bro.
Yeah.
It was apparently designed to be under there.
Apparently.
That's what it is. Grandpa, you good? What was I going to say to you? Your facial expressions when I watch episodes back are hilarious. You and O last episode had me screaming. The way I was laughing at your face when I made that comment that I'm lighter than you, yeah, you looked absolutely appalled by the comment.
Why shouldn't I be?
And then O's face when Kadia was talking about the sex toy on a mum's face. But yeah, this is episode 159 of the Dim Shot podcast with myself, Reese. Who do you have in the studio to my right?
Drinks.
Oh, man. Do you know why you annoy me? Because you was stuck between saying drinks and D. Because you were
But now he's saying drinks with the flavor on it.
Yeah. Almost worse than.
It's not flavor.
Got the ice cubes in
It's
there.
got flavor.
That
It's
spicy
paprika.
sriracha.
It's just paprika. And to my left.
Mr. O, hey. Oh.
And to his left.
KDO.
Okay. And behind the camera as always, Marcus Brown. How you doing, sir?
Not too bad this week. Not too bad. Weekend, watched the boxing, which for me was brilliant.
Crawford
and Spence. Crawford just outclassed him.
punch him up, bro.
every way.
I knew he was gonna punch him up.
He stepped out there like he was just going Barbs.
Did he walk out with them?
Yeah, I hate that though. I
he
hate
was gonna punch him
boxers
up.
that walk out with rappers.
No, I know the
sounds
story.
awful.
But I know the story behind
Sounds
it.
awful.
I know the story behind it.
I do.
Yeah.
But and then I went cinemas on Friday. Cinemas.
Not cinema.
Cinema.
That's old school, you know.
Cinemas.
You're going to cinemas.
I went to the cinemas with my sister to watch that horror film, independent film called Talk to Me. Very good film.
What about the hand?
One of you
Yeah.
close that window, please.
Very good film.
Huh?
We all knew.
What's it about?
It's basically like it's an Australian film, but it's got the black woman that was in. I don't know if you ever watched that BBC One. It's on Netflix now. It's called You Don't Know Me. It's like a 6-part miniseries. It's a UK thing, black UK thing.
I think I'm gonna have to look at it. I'm gonna have to check it out.
And I didn't realize because I was watching. I was thinking I know this face.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Scary.
is it scary?
No, did you find it scary?
No, I don't find nothing scary.
Okay.
But
The man grew up in East London when East London was.
it was good
Nothing
though.
serious,
Like
really.
it was edge of your seats type of stuff. And I like the storyline of it. Like literally, her mum died, and these people do these things where if you say, "Let me in" to this hand object thing that's meant to be some way back thing. If you say, and you'll see like dead people and stuff like that, and then if you stay there longer than 90 seconds, then you kind of get trapped in a realm.
Void.
Yeah. So yeah, I just found it really good. Like
Was it
the pace
fast?
of it, everything.
If you
There's
didn't
certain
find
parts
it,
that you
you
just
didn't
like.
find it scary.
Raw.
Okay. No, because I want to know what if I would find it scary because I do want to go see it.
Nice good film.
I'd probably
Oh,
find
how
it.
you doing? What's your problem?
Nothing, I was just smiling, just thinking about the
cool.
question.
I love you.
Sorry, guys, there was no reveal after that.
That was
I
the
am
best.
A-OK. Book is booking, life is lifing.
4 weeks after freedom.
Summer holidays are not.
Summer where?
But yeah, other than that, I'm alive.
Question: why do people get so triggered about British summers? Like, bro, it's
I don't
England.
know. They should be used to it. Bro.
Whenever people moan about this, I was like, bro, you're moaning. Go Manchester, bro. The sun barely comes out. I don't know why you lot are really.
Yeah, Manchester have it harder than us.
And Newcastle.
Yeah.
As somebody who can remember a period where it just felt like the seasons were just set.
What, 4 years ago?
Winter was winter, spring was spring, summer was summer, autumn. Every
You don't
like
really get a summer.
no. But this
It
is
might
what I'm.
be hot.
This is what I'm
summer,
saying
but-
though. What I'm saying is, as somebody who can remember when it just felt like every year the seasons were just set and the weather reflected each of those seasons. So when it was meant to be summer and it was meant to be hot, It was summer and it was hot.
When was this? When dinosaurs were roaming out?
No, even if it's crap English, son. like,
80s,
it's
90s,
not.
maybe. I'm thinking. I don't know.
Jeez.
But it just felt, well, it could be as my childhood, it just felt like
million
that.
years ago. Okay.
It just felt like
BC.
that. Do you know what I
Do
mean?
you know what I mean?
Last year wasn't so bad.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Beautiful.
You was in the cave right with me. Don't do that.
Hey, yo.
He don't look like it though. Yeah, that's crazy.
Don't do that.
Mm,
Katie, how you doing?
not great.
Warm cave.
The warm what?
What? Hey, behave.
Why? What's wrong?
I can't quite put my finger on it. Like, it's not even like a bad day. It's one of those weeks. I'm just like,
Is this
meh.
work related?
No, I really like work. Obviously, I like work a lot more now because I'm loving my new role. I'm fitting in quite nicely. It's not like anything to really fit into, but just adjusting to newer tasks and assignments and just things to do throughout the day. It makes my day go quicker, actually. But I don't know. I've just been in a funk. Maybe it's just because I've come from like a really nice holiday and I've just come back to London. I'm like,
Ugh.
and it ain't even that the weather's shit because it's London, but it's just, I need a change.
How you
Maybe
doing?
I'll come back next week, Ginger. or something.
How you doing, Gabriel?
Yeah, it's been a good week.
Same as well.
Yeah. Same stuff, man.
Not distributing nothing, no?
No, no.
I was crying at that today.
Yeah, I did DM you with boxing.
It's crazy because I wanted Spence to win so bad, especially with him being like, I don't know, I feel as if I can relate to him more because he's Jamaican. And Terence Crawford was
Excuse me.
obviously African American, but I could always relate to
Should have known the minute man came out with no trim, he was on works, bro.
but everyone didn't have a trim as well.
Bruv, he
He's
look-
had a shape up.
that looks like he's got a shape up. Crawford came out like he'd been in the Gaza for like
No, that's
last 6 months.
I did know, like, overall, Terence Crawford is the much better boxer, but then because Errol Spence is bigger, he's got the physical attributes. He
Didn't show.
was naturally a middleweight. But then I remembered, like,
Could have thought.
when they were getting close to each other in the fight, Terence Crawford was a wrestler, like a very good high school wrestler. So when Errol Spence usually bullies people in the clinch and whatnot, Terence Crawford kind of knew what to do. So yeah, it was a sad day, man.
If he does agree to the rematch,
Go
then-
get punched about it. I'll
No, I
rematch.
thought I was dreaming the way he was getting flogged.
I was texting my younger
No.
brothers like, "Are you seeing this?"
Knocked down three
No, do you know what made me laugh? You're saying flogged. In my head, all I heard was, yeah, it's more South London way. This don's getting fists up. Like, brother, like,
He was poking holes in him, man.
hey, yo.
Easy, Mark.
Ooh.
Easy, Mark. Easy.
And bled out.
Bring it back.
Wow.
You see his face afterwards.
Jesus, get blood out. You lot.
You see his face afterwards.
I'm not doing that because it takes a lot of pride for a man to go into a boxing.
No, I
ring,
know,
I'll
but
never
you
do
see
it.
his face.
No, I didn't want to look at his face.
Swollen.
I don't watch man's face like that. I'm sorry.
Legit.
And saying the next man's swollen. What's wrong with you, bro?
I left that one alone.
Come on, dog. Yeah, look at
You want to be in the cave.
So
babe.
We don't need to revisit the cave.
All right,
man.
before
were
we
there
even
together.
start this pod, yeah, I need to
I
ask.
hope you rot in the cave.
Whoa! Before we even start this pod, I need to share a conversation me and Gabriel had the other day.
What's
Yeah,
so wrong with you two?
on the pod. So Gabriel was atting everyone, yeah, about the Barbie movie, and I was screaming with laughter.
Got the what?
The Barbie movie.
Oh,
So then, obviously, I only knew this based on people I know who'd gone to the Barbie movie. He's like, bro, it's a picnic thing. Why are you big adults going to the Barbie movie? It's for children. And I messaged him, I said, no, you know what? It's actually like, it's marketed to adults. It's like us watching Super Mario or Marvel.
It's
adults.
marketed to the
But then-
people who had Barbies. Which
But then,
were-
obviously, when I said it to Gabriel, I was like, it's an adult movie. Gabriel was like, Reese, don't tell me you've gone and watched the movie. Da-da-da. I was like, bro, it's not my thing, you know? Like, I don't give
Hold on,
a...
is this going to be a spoiler? Because I haven't seen it yet, and I do.
I ain't watched it.
Yeah, I goes, I ain't seen the movie. I go, all I know is Easter eggs in it. Like, I was like, I don't care about it. But I just thought it was funny. The way Gabriel was acting people, I was like, bro, it's just a movie for people, that the era of like early 90s, late 80s, early 90s.
Why are you so rattled?
You weren't
Right,
rattled.
Sonic.
You know what it is? It's because, like, you know when you... I hate when I see adults, like, gather to do, like, proper childish things. Like, But then I like seeing that. But then I'm a child at times, right?
And that's the thing.
Even when I'm with girls, I'm a child as well sometimes.
And that's the thing. Like people like to reminisce about their childhood sometimes, and I guess that's something that.
But it's like seeing girls.
Contradictory.
That's annoying.
What, dress up?
Seeing girls, like,
You said the word wrong.
Pink, and I'm like,
No, I
this
said I
is
think
too much.
he's being very...
Contradictory.
Yeah, man.
I
I
think
think
it's
you know
saying
what,
it's
it
very-
was just the dressing up in pink.
Bro, don't get twisted. On
It's too much.
What's wrong with dressing up in pink?
relax. Why you, babes? Relax. People gonna listen to the podcast. He'll be screaming in their ear. Chill out, bro.
But it's like when Marvel fans go and they dress up as like Spider-Man or Batman or whatever,
You know what, I actually said
or
to Reese,
Scream fans dress up as Scream. Like, stop it, because
did
I
that.
would happily wear my Barbie.
Time out. How you comparing Scream to a picnic thing, bruv?
No, I'm just saying in general.
What?
Anyone
Is
would
that
dress
Marvel
up to-
fans? Okay, cool, fine.
No,
but
it's
this
like-
is Scream, like a serial killer killing people. How is that the same?
It's just
Because
about the
people dress
dressing
up.
up. It's just
Have
the
you not seen
dressing
people
up.
dress up as
Okay.
Ghostface and don't see Scream?
what I said to...
But it's not a picnic movie, bro.
No, it doesn't matter. But
Continue.
I'm saying it's oh, please. It's like the equivalent of just dressing up
It's
to watch
not
a
the
fucking
same
film.
You can't put
thing.
Scream in the Barbie thing.
We're
I'm
talking
not
about kids. We're talking about a kids
No,
thing.
she's not. She's comparing.
not
She's
putting
only talking
Scream in.
about just
Dress
the
up.
dressing up to go and see a movie, regardless of whether
You
it's
get
kid
people
or
that do
adult.
Star Wars, Star
That's what I'm
Trek,
saying.
all that
But
kind
don't-
of thing.
My question was,
You didn't finish with the same. That's why I said wait.
Yeah, you know what it was? Because I was saying to Reese as well, part of it is, like, I'm a bit jealous. I think, you know what it is? When I was a child, I
God,
didn't get to watch...
Boys in the Hood.
I didn't get to
Gangbangers.
As I said, that when I was a kid, I was legit watching Boys in the Hood, Betty, Menace to Society,
What's
City of
going
God,
on?
all the worst films you could ever watch in your life. I was listening to all the worst music. I only started watching Disney Channel when I got to secondary school, like, because I was in a room with
Mark, fuck off.
No,
two older brothers.
you're
They
you're
control the
you're a
TV.
villain. Your backstory is like a villain.
It's
But that's
set.
the thing, it didn't.
It's
like,
set.
Mega Minds.
Your villain story is set.
G.
When I look at it, I'm like, okay, cool. So I've grown up like that. Then all the people I've grown up around ended up in jail, did bad things. My life has been clean. I've been good. So I'm like, okay, maybe they should have been watching them films when they was young because they didn't have an effect on me. So I'm
It's
like,
just,
Yeah, but
do you know what it is?
depends on-
It's the juxtaposition because I grew up watching cartoons. I grew up, but then also when I got to a certain age,
Scribed on stone.
when I got to a certain age, my
in the cave, yeah.
my sisters allowed me to watch certain films that were way beyond my age.
Show people
So
the attack the cartoon
I
in
had
front of you.
seen House Party, like you, House Party, Boys in the Hood,
Cave party.
Menace to Society, Friday the 13th. Seen all like at a young age, but
Friday the
wait,
1300s.
was that older Friday the 13th? They, like,
Nightmare on Elm Street.
they was
Elmstone.
Camp Crystal Lake times.
And at a young age, you know, again, like said Gabriel, that could, you know, you could watch those things and then grow up and then, like you said, all of those, your friends and that.
Man, he named bare cartoons. He didn't name
Either-
Flintstones, but he lived that shit, so I'm not surprised.
Oh,
yeah, no, yeah.
There were
So is it
multiple
he was
ignores
jealous
in that
then?
whole
Is that what it
scenario. Multiple ignores.
Part of it might have been that, and another part of it was not being able to understand these things because I'd never experienced it. So when people talk to me about like Marvel and stuff, I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I didn't get a chance to, and I feel mad. It's like, I wanna
Feel left
go-
out, yeah.
man
I
said I feel
want to
bad.
go back and watch it, but I can't.
You can.
I can't. Like,
Yeah, but there's nothing
even
stopping
when
you from
it goes
watching.
As far as when Harley was talking about like, you know, Harley Quinn, she was called Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
That was her first rap name. But I didn't know who Harley Quinn was.
Who?
I just knew about.
I'm gonna let you know now. She had to name that trademark with a butchered her, bro.
Yeah. So at first I was like, oh, it's fine, it's a good name. But I just knew about Harley Quinn, the character. I didn't actually know who she was.
Joker's
why
babes.
she's important. Yeah, I didn't know none of that. And then obviously
Harley,
Robbie.
Harley and Quinzel, yeah, or Harlequin, like the rugby team, yeah.
But there's only one like cartoon character I know, and that's the
Jessica Rabbit.
no,
No, I was
I
thinking Roger
you know
Rabbit's
the one
wife.
from the Dalmatian film,
Cruella de Vil.
Cruella de Vil. That's
Bro.
the only one I know.
Why?
Do you know the song?
All
I
of
don't know
them.
that.
Do you know the song?
Don't think I know the song.
Cruella de
My cousin
Vil,
had. That's the
Cruella
only
de
one I know.
Vil.
My cousin had
If
like a
she
book, and I
doesn't
came
scare
across it,
you,
so
no
you know.
evil things
Yeah,
will.
Pokemon and that's that as well.
I wanna be.
Relax. Man just sung one song, we ignored it. Now she wants to start bellowing
The
down the mic
very
about
best.
freaking Ash Ketchum and that.
I love the Pokemon theme
I had a
tune.
messed up childhood, man. Maybe I should go and watch this Barbie film.
No, you
Maybe
can
you
chill out. No,
should.
you're alright.
I don't think there's anything wrong with people dressing in pink to go see it either.
Bro, I was sickened the amount of people I saw when I was in East Croydon on
I mean,
Saturday, just dressed up in pink to
it'll
go
be
to
a
the movie.
normal
Like,
day
chill
for
out,
me,
man.
I'm
Let's
pink
go watch a movie. I've never seen a Marvel movie and dressed up like Spider-Man, bruv. Like, chill out, watch a movie. But
Leave people.
let's start this pod properly. And it's gonna start on a Debbie Downer as well. R.I.P. to Angus Cloud.
Yeah.
25. 25. He was an actor from HBO hit show Euphoria.
Yeah.
Even the way he kind of fell into acting, he was found on the street, like within LA. I like the look of him, and he was kind of just headhunted for the role of oh my god, I forgot his name in the show.
I can't remember his name in the show.
I know as a drug dealer, he's giving them their drugs. Fez, thank you. And obviously, the story behind what actually happened was the fact of his dad recently passed. He buried his dad a week before in Ireland, and the story that's out there, but I don't think is the complete and utter truth at the moment, is that obviously he was struggling with the loss of his dad. He had suicidal thoughts and sadly passed away a couple of days ago. Even looking at this, I think you know, when people die, especially people who you're just like, oh yeah, cool, whatever, because you know celebrities from like an arm's length or a shoulder length or a mile's length. I don't know what the correct term is. I looked at it and just went, when are people, celebrities or human or just general people, going to actively start taking the general sense of mental health seriously?
It did make me think that. It's just weird because like I feel like for me, even watching the show, I just felt that he was very talented. Him and that young boy, and they never acted.
Astray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought them two were amazing in the show, and like just watching the one or two interviews, you can tell he's love for life, but you can see he was battling his demons easily, and it's sad to, he passed away, and I don't really look into the cause of death and stuff. Like his family have lost someone, so. But it does go to show, like, obviously we've talked about on the pod before how we deal with death, and especially men. Like, do they have an out? I don't know.
Outlook.
Yeah, outlook to deal with it. I know everyone has their different ways of dealing with death, or there's not a manual or nothing like that to suggest. Oh, if this happens,
would you not say it's more the support element than the outlook?
I think it's support, but then sometimes, I think you sometimes have it in the head that you don't want to be a burden to people, so sometimes you keep it to yourself. So that's another, like, a thing that people go through as well. And then sometimes it just feels like someone's asking you, oh, you'll be all right, or don't worry, I'm here for you, and then they're not really there for you. Like, it's just gaslighting.
Ironically, I had a conversation before we walked in the studio, and I talked to my friend about like men's processing of things. So I think a lot of the guys I know, for example, they only show like one emotion, which is just a very solemn, flat emotion, and like they have outlets. Like, so something exciting will happen there, everyone will be like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!" Like, no, it's cool. Like Gabriel's the same. I say I'm the same as well. It's like, oh my god, it's amazing. Like, no, it's cool, isn't it? Like, it's what it is. Like, it's just very blasé. And then I was like, it's annoying me when people do that. It's like, just laid back in it. And I've obviously heard the rhetoric of, laid back men are the worst or whatever. But then it's one of the ones where it's like, I know what my young adulthood was like, and obviously traumas, ECT and the rest, I can speak for myself and say, I'm a certain way where I have empathy, but I like just being very tonal, because at least I'm in control. And I was like, as much as, men can be emotional, and it's part of my language is Gen Z bollocks of, it's an open thing. I'm telling you right now, if a guy started expressing himself all the time about the things bothering him, now he's too feminine, it's all this other stuff. And I said, for me, my brain is set on, something's bothering me. If I want to cry, I'm going to cry separately, whatever. I'm just how I am. And you don't want to see me be emotional. It's not even in that sense. I just feel like, as much as what women say, I just don't think they want to see a man be emotional. What they want is, you know what? I'm going through it right now. I'm going to figure it out. That's it. You want to hear, okay, I'm going through it, but I can't handle it the way you can handle it. I've just got to firm it, right, yeah? You know I'm going through it. Let me be quiet. Let me siphon off the aggression and figure out how I'm going to get through this. I don't believe there's a safe space for men to ever be like, this is what it is. Fuck. And I know it's like, man shit. It's not even all that. I don't think the safe space provided by the opposite sex or whatever people want to go by now is allowance of men being able to get their emotions out in bereavement or in whatever things they're going through.
Do you think it's a case of like men have not really been taught to express?
I don't think it's that, because now where you can go and see a therapist and the rest of that stuff and all that, the avenues there, I just don't think away from seeing a therapist that you actively have to pay for, I don't think most people are there. 'Cause people say, "Oh, yeah, I'll be there to support you," but for example, but if it's one of them things they start crying every day, I don't think I can manage that. Why? Because people still see men as men.
That's what I was kind of going to say. I was literally going to say that it seems to be difficult to say that you want to give men space to have their emotions and to talk about their emotions and to just be open, but also have that old school man mentality of what a man should be and how he should be able to deal with things and how he should be the provider. But then it's difficult to look at somebody as a provider, but then also having emotions and maybe needing to cry or being emotional about losing somebody. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard. You can't have both. So you'll say, right, let's give men space, give men, let's take men's mental health into account. But they're also like, a man should be a man up. There's that attitude, and that attitude has been it's been what we've known for, well, I guess as long as I've been alive. That's always been the thing. It's only in these last, what I'd say 10, 15 years that there's just been a change in how men would like to be seen, in that they would like that space to be able to, let's talk about our mental health, let's talk about our happiness, things that make us happy, things that don't make us happy, the things that we don't ever get to actually talk about. But at the same time, it's the world, and what we've all known is just men have to be men. So you're kind of expected to just, like we said, just strong it, get through it, and just move on, because there's stuff to do, there's things to protect, there's a house to build. If you're in, like, you know what I mean? So it's hard to do both. And then as a man who's, if you're juggling or feeling in yourself about, I'm not sure if I want to be this picture of man, I'm the man, I'm the protector, I'm everything. And, sometimes I just want to cry. But that guy can't talk because it counteracts that guy. Do you know what I mean?
Would you want to say, Gabriel?
Yeah, I was even going to say, there's two things. I was even going to say, it's like, even when you was like, I know when I was younger and I'll see it in like films, or like on EastEnders, for example.
You would see it on EastEnders.
There's always be a scene where a man's crying, like he's crying in the rain, so no one knows he's crying, basically. So they'll be like, that's how men.
Unless you're Ian Bill.
Yeah, I can see it instantly.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure there was a couple of them, yeah.
I've got nothing left. Nothing.
Oh God. Terrible.
I remember that.
His face was ripe, like red ripe, bro.
Like someone, and I see a tweet. I see a tweet the other day. It was men. It was like a group of men. It was like 30 maybe, somewhere in Australia, in like is it like a lake or waterfall, one of them places, and they were just screaming, shouting.
I've seen it before.
Just like top of their lungs, and apparently it's like a form of therapy where you release your traumas, and they were just shouting, screaming.
Like a roar.
Yeah, like a roar. And I saw a woman post it, retweeted it, and said, "Men are crazy, fair men."
You see?
And I'm like, these are men that have had to go to Australia
in order to have that space to do that.
Still, it's crazy. Like I don't know. Like I couldn't do that. Go to Australia to scream. Like,
I would don't want to get killed by every animal that's in the local vicinity.
Yeah. We've seen the size of spiders in Australia.
You make it a track, innit?
I'll screw on the mic. No, but I can understand why it would be therapeutic to go somewhere like that.
But that's exactly
and just belt out. But yeah,
exactly what I said. It's the counterbalance of, oh yeah, go somewhere and do with your mental health, but then at the same time, you can't do something that's counteracting who we expect you to be of as man, as what we expect of men, or men are dangerous, fear men. It's like, but they're just going to literally exhale some things.
You know why it's problematic? I remember a girl stopped talking to me over this argument as well, yeah, because she was talking about like her ex-partner and him going through it and mental health and him acting out and the rest of that stuff. And I feel like people assume, yeah, at base level, oh yeah, she go and see a therapist. And where I have friends
Not
who,
always the case.
where I've got friends who have suffered from mental health or are suffering from mental health, and they're on the deep end of the spectrum, and even they will tell you whenever someone's like, "Oh yeah, I've got anxiety," he goes, "What, the proper one or the fake one?" And that's even them saying it. No, but for someone who's really going through it, yeah, if you're looking at it and everyone's like, "Oh, I've got anxiety," and it's like, "Oh, I had a bad day, I've got anxiety," and you're telling someone who's had anxiety for like most of their life, yeah, and got mental health, and you're coming to tell me what because you had a bad day or a bad week or a bad month that you got anxiety or something, like chronic anxiety,
Yeah.
and you've got a bad day and they're giving you antidepressants. Telling someone who's been through that, who's been going through that for like 10 to 30, 20 years about your angst, they're not taking you seriously.
Yeah.
So it's like you're going to be taken more seriously than I am. And I've been going through this for like most of my life. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So it's like it becomes a war of that. And I remember the girl stopped talking to me because I was like, okay, you're saying therapy, but what happens if that doesn't work? Well, but they should go and seek therapy. I said, you're saying it like there's one linear way to manage your mental health. I said, I know me personally, yeah, I'm not an openly emotional person. I know when I play sports, I can't both sports, right? Yeah, because all of the issues I've kind of consoled together throughout the week or the month. I'm not even talking about just running, because I can run and get out if it's competitive. When it comes to a combative nature when you're playing sports or whatever, naturally it comes out. It literally comes out. So all your pain, like it used to in gym, and I realized you get tired, the weight's still heavy, you can fall on your face, you're done at it, right? Yeah. So it's about like finding a balance of being able to get your emotions out in the right way, and then when you're done, you kind of just fall back into mode. For example, I said this to him multiple times. Me and Mark kicking ball together. I pre-warned him from before. Once I zone in, apologies. But I'm self-aware and I have emotional intelligence. Not everyone has emotional intelligence. So when people are for years where you're bottling up, it's gonna have to come out somehow.
Yeah, I'd rather it come out on the pitch than anything
You
else.
know what it is as well, like, because I was, it's that same conversation you said you was having with someone, I was having with someone, you know the person is, I'm not gonna say their name, but I was having a conversation with this person.
No, don't. I'm not even guessing this one. Don't.
Use it out of order.
Not my eyes, not.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're all doing.
So having this conversation, and she was like, "Oh, men, a lot of men are ill, and they should go for like mental health. They should go for like mental health evaluation and seek therapy." And she was trying to convince me about how therapy is always effective, and I was like, "Listen,
But it's not.
It's not always effective.
I said, "Listen, I've got a degree in psychology. I've studied it. It's not one therapy or one form of counselling fits all."
Because not everybody naturally works in a way where they want to talk to someone.
And the biggest problem is, right, a lot of men, what the problem is with men is they want to talk to people that care about what they're actually going through.
Yeah.
You see, the problem is when you pay a therapist, they don't actually care.
I get paid regardless.
They get paid.
I mean, not all of them.
I mean,
Even
for
therapists
me,
need therapy,
if
bro.
Yeah.
The way I look at it is, look, you wouldn't do this to me you wouldn't do this for me if I wasn't paying you.
Yeah.
Right. So for the most part, the money is the most
Incentive.
important
Yeah.
thing, right? In that transaction, the money is the most important thing because you let me fall behind on payments. See if that therapist is going to offer the same service or offer a service at all.
Yeah, but you can say that about doctors as well, though.
That's if you're private.
Obviously, but it's the truth.
But no, I hear that.
Doctors,
Oi, mate.
I can tell you, Nigerian doctors will let you die before you, like, until you pay them. They'll
Disclaimer.
let you die. Like, I've got uncles that's happened to.
They'll ship you outside and let you die outside.
They'll literally let you die outside. They'll be okay. We'll
Okay.
the price and the office whilst you're outside having a heart attack.
Oh, my people are something
So,
else.
the money is the most important. The money is the most important thing. So I think with men, it's like opening up to
You
another
want
person.
you want your opinion to be like.
You want to be counted for. You want to feel
I'll be
important.
honest. I tell you the time. One of my biggest pet peeves in life, yeah, if we're being transparent, yeah, is being undermined, right? Yeah, I think with Mandem it's different because you know that man undermine you, you can stick it on them. I can fist fight you. We can get this cracking outside. You can't do that with women. So if you're talking to a woman and you're like, bro, I'm talking, and they're not regarding what it is. Because some people are, if you're really that guy, they'll do it. Guarantee you, every man that's ever had that, a woman's undermining them before and your head's gone.
Yeah.
It's flown. So being undermined is a pet peeve, I think, for most men anyway. So when you're going to be like, you know what, I didn't like the way you did something, and it doesn't even, listen, I didn't like the way you did that. I thought that was mad disrespectful. What do you mean? Your head's gonna fly immediately because you're not even gauging what I said in the first place for why I feel a way. So if you are the person I value in my life, I can't come and tell you X, Y, and Z because you did X, Y, and Z, and you don't even have the willingness. Because people always make up men are mad in that sense of whatever. Bro, I was always told that women are more mature than, like, on a higher maturity level than men. If that's the case, you should understand more than anyone as an emotional being why my brain is in this frame than anybody else. Because I allow for you to be fluid in your emotions, whether you're happy or sad. So what? Now that I choose to be in another realm, or I'm in a realm that's out of my control, I'm gonna lean on you because you're the person that I feel comfortable with.
Or you're the person I'm vulnerable.
Yes.
And if I've given you that, then why can't you give me that? Yeah.
But I also understand that it's not always that. Sorry. I also understand that some people don't have that. So in certain cases, you do have the Angus Cloud situation where if I'm really going for it and I do have anxiety or I do have depression, I may not have money or not. I may not have the outlet to go and talk to someone.
A perfect example will be so women say this thing about can men care about football so much? It's just like, how are you gonna care about a football team and it's not even someone you know, right? The perfect example will be Claude from AFTV. He openly had mental health issues. He said, listen, the only thing that's keeping me here on this earth is Arsenal Football Club.
Because he's go every week.
Exactly.
And, there was a community there.
And being able to watch my football team. And then I think
COVID happened.
When he got kicked off AFTV, his mental health spiraled out of control even more. And his actual health spiraled out of control even more. And obviously he's passed away now. But football for him was like an outlet. Like being able to watch his team.
That he's been watching for 40 to 50 years.
But some people might say, why are you always watching football? Blah, 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 blah. It's just football. Let's do something else.
But it's something from my childhood that I still love now.
Exactly.
I don't think that's what people understand.
It could be a childhood thing where you've gone with your dad or your uncle, whatever.
Yeah.
It's
could
a
be family thing.
dedication.
I was just about to say, it could literally be a family thing.
Yeah.
It could, a hobby.
My love of football came from, sorry Mark, my love of football came from the fact of my uncle played. Two of my uncles played professionally. My cousins played, like, people in my family that still play now. And I went to games as a kid, like, a lot. Then I wanted to play. My mum put education first. I still played, but it just wasn't that. But I still have a love for the game. And it helps me manage, like, what would normally have people in the mud. It helps me just manage me being like, okay, cool, I'm not in control of that. Let it run its course. But go on, sorry Mark, what do you want?
No, sorry, Kay, I was going to ask, have you ever had a partner or that has had any kind of mental health issues, and like, if you have, how have you dealt with that with your partner? If you don't,
we've always had like similarities, like kind of in those senses. So for me, it's been easier to relate in that sense. I've never actually had, apart from my current partner now, we have obviously a lot of similarities in that area. Like same with like both losing like a parent, like literally roughly the same age, and a lot of our struggles in that sense were different, just being male and female. But it was scary because I don't think we'd ever been, apart from our friends, because we'd have friends that have been through losses as well, him especially, but we've never actually been around someone that literally had like obviously it's not exactly the same, but similarities that were so identical to each other.
Yeah.
It was weird because it was like, this was even before we're together, like we're closer, we're getting closer, we're becoming like really good friends. Then we have this. I guess as we've both got older, and I say both because not only him but me, we've both dealt with the same kind of issues, just in different like sorts of scenarios. So I guess in that sense, for me, it's always been easy to relate, but I can't, not absolutely everything I could relate to. So there has been some things that have been a little bit different without going into too much detail. And I think handling it has just been it's not easy, but it's just been as easy as being able to talk to that person. And if that person can talk to you, then it makes it easier. If you're with, I guess it's not necessarily have to be with someone, but if you're with someone or around someone that's a male struggles through from mental health on any scale, it's not easy to talk about it or go through it with them if they can't open up to you. If they can, and you can be that, you know, that voice of reason, that person that can listen, then for me, from my like personal experience on it, on the receiving end, then it can be quite easy. Prior to that, I had been with a guy that had a lot of different mental health issues, and it affected parts of maybe every part of our relationship, but he could never speak about it. So it was something that was literally, without comparing them, it was the complete opposite. So I'd gone from being with someone that was literally like just very, I'd say, in denial about it, about anything, wouldn't be able to like shell out any of his feelings, and it's not a nice thing to be in if you're with someone and you're trying to be there for them, they can't, you know, open up. Hope for his sake he can open up now, but it was literally a thing where sometimes, obviously, when you know it's not their fault, sometimes you could be like, I don't even want to be with this person, I don't want to be around this person, because it's like their energy can be so draining, and no, it might not be their fault, but if there's nothing you could do for that person, it's like I'm drowning with you kind of thing. It shouldn't be like that. So yeah, I'd say I've been in kind of two different scenarios where they're literally the opposite. But I think from 15, I thought to myself, I kind of knew about what men's mental health was like, because I'd seen it with my dad, seen it with my brother, seen it with like loads of my uncles. It's very common within my family and my background. And then being with someone that's in that as well, it's like, okay, you can't deal with this, so I don't know what to do, sort of thing. So if I'm around someone that can't deal with their own emotions, then I literally am like, okay, bye, sort of thing. Like, not like forget you, but it's like, okay, I'm not even gonna. No, it's true, and it's not even like just a partner, just even friends. I've had friends that have been like that, and I'm like, okay, I can't, like, there's only so much you could do for a person, and I very much will be like, all right, see you later, sort of thing. Like, talk to me when you're ready. So yeah,
So you
I feel like
you would more so give someone space.
yeah, I'm not,
Get
believe it
in
or
touch
not,
with
I'm
them.
not pushy like that anyway, but I can be there for you if you need me to be, and I'll let you know. But if there's someone that you don't want you to be, then I'll just be like, all right, cool, like, and I'll leave them. But I'll leave the person in a sense where that person will always know I've got you, but I'm not literally gonna sit here and be like, please tell me, like, please do that. Like, it's just not me. I think it's just
I think
weird.
in that kind of situation, the beautiful thing about the right person in that situation would be you wouldn't even have to tell them what it is that you need, that they just know. That would be ideal.
I don't know if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, they know if you want to talk. They know if you want to be left alone.
Yeah.
They know if you need to eat, or maybe like you need a few days before you can talk about it. But they just know
Do you think
you,
that
so they
comes
know.
with? Sorry, go on.
No, they just know. They just know, like, not they don't not know your trauma, but they know what it is that you need in order to exhale.
But I think with that also comes with time.
Oh, that's literally what I was about to say. Do you think that comes with time and knowing the person? Because again, like me and my partner, we're literally like that. If I have my moments and he has his, we've got to a point. It hasn't always been like that. We've got to a point where we know exactly how to handle the other person. And 9 times out of 10, it probably will be that we might need each other to kind of lift each other up, sort of thing. And sometimes it's like, just leave me alone, and the other person won't get offended. But again, I have some friends that I've known for years that I could be like that with, and they'll get upset the fact that I don't want to talk to you, I don't want you to look at me, just leave me alone. Like, Reese is a prime example of someone that if I said I had a bad day, first thing he's like, you want to talk about it? No. Okay, cool. Like, I'm here when you want to. Do you know what I mean? Whereas you get like some of my female friends,
Pushy,
no,
very like.
why? But I'm like, just leave me alone. And then I'll get Aggie, leave me the fuck alone.
Maybe if you
But
talk
you're
about
so
it.
rude. Oh, how are you talking to me like that?
But it's not. By the
You
way,
fucking annoy me.
I don't think it's a time thing. I think it's a trust thing. And
Maybe.
this is why I say empathy comes into these types of conversations, because ultimately it's not people would push their personal of how they would handle it and expect someone to handle the same thing.
It's not.
So
That's not.
for me,
I guess for me, sorry, I guess it's like time and understanding.
I still don't think it's time. I think it's more trust. Because
I guess
ultimately,
that's true.
if Katie used me as an example, there's a trust element there, and she has a trust element with her friends, but they're gauging it on their type of time, not on her type of time.
When I say time, I mean like the time you've got to know that person.
Of course, but that's why I say trust, because
To
I can know
gain
someone.
that trust.
I can know
Yes.
someone. I can know you in a short
I
amount
think
of
that
time.
might come into
But
the same, you know.
if we click, and there's a trust element, for me asking, it's not the issue. It's asking the right questions. So if she's if Katie is saying, for example, okay, you call it a bad day. You want to talk about it? You want to talk about it? No, I'm cool. For me, from then, it's for me to try and find a conversation that's Katie-centric, where I'm able to kind of lift her mood, where if she wants to talk about it, she'll talk about it. But it's about lifting their mood. Because ultimately, if they're in a dark place, regardless of what the dark place is, whether it's on a suicidal level or not, it's trying to get them into a mode where whatever's bothering them, you're finding that you're looking towards a light. You're not looking towards
You're not
depths
drowning.
of darkness.
You're not drowning.
Do you know what? That's very true, because I get that with my sister. And obviously, that's definitely not a time thing, because we trust each other. We know each other. Well, we know each other all my life. She's known me all my life, I should say. Like, I'll try to talk to her. Let me carry on. I'll try to talk to her sometimes, and it's definitely a time and a place thing for her. So it doesn't matter if we've known each other for God knows how long. If she ain't opening up, that girl is not opening up.
Yeah.
And it's not because, it's not where she doesn't trust me. It's how she's feeling that time. It might be, and she's not the kind of person to be like, don't talk about it now, but I'll talk to you later. She just will shut off. And it will make any other person be like, you know the SpongeBob meme? When everything's spinning, they'll be like, this girl, what? But because I know her, I'm like, all right, cool. I'll leave her. And then, again, like what Reese was saying, it's about lifting that person's mood first. So, like, I'll kind of change the narrative a bit, maybe lift her mood a bit, and then all of a sudden she'll be like, so basically, and then she'll just let me know.
Yeah.
That could all be in the same conversation within the space of 5 minutes, but it's just, again, how you handle it with that person. And as I was saying, not all of my friends, but I've got certain friends that do that, and they're probably the friends that I don't go to straight away, just because I know that, not that I can't, but just, technically, when I have a bad day, I hardly go to anyone. Sometimes people pick it up, but yeah, there's certain friends that, oh God.
I think all we can kind of do for that is send prayers out to Angus Cloud's family and prayers out to people who are really going through it, and hoping that they have a safe space to kind of talk to someone when they're going through it. Because I know it's not easy when you're not in a perfect situation, or you don't have a person where you can kind of release, I wouldn't say offload, but just release like the anguish that you're going through. Pivoting from that conversation,
Pivot.
I thought obviously that was a dark part of like this week. I think last week, when I say I never thought this person could have escaped what was on him, Jesus. I read that news article and literally had to triple blink because I thought it was a misprint. Kevin Spacey, lead actor from American Beauty, great actor from House of Cards, was up for sexual assault, 10 counts of sexual assault on 4 different men, and was acquitted of all 10 charges.
Last case.
What's your thoughts on this? Because I was flabbergasted is a good word, but I think a word that has to be a little bit more expressive than that. That's the way it was.
That man guilty still.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. I'm not, I don't want to be one of them people that man guilty.
All right, Judge Brown.
all I heard Mark say was he did that shit.
He did that shit.
He did that shit, y'all.
Oh yeah, does he play Kaiser Soze in Usual Suspects?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is Kaiser Soze.
Yeah.
And he was in Baby Driver as well.
Yeah. Dirty man.
Great actor,
He
but
is.
tapped.
Yeah.
He was
He did that shit, y'all.
Neymar in his prime. He was just running
That's
through them charges.
nasty.
He was running through them charges, isn't it?
That's nasty. Allegedly.
Wow.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Say allegedly.
Oh no, I wasn't saying. Oh, I see what I did there.
Immediately.
No, I see what I did there. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I'm funny than I thought. No, I didn't mean to do that. I meant
Say
no. I meant because of
allegedly.
his footwork on the
Before
pitch.
it's too late.
But allegedly.
Say
But I didn't mean.
allegedly.
Oh, that's so much
Man
fun.
said I thought by footwork on the pitch.
Shit.
While you're
yeah, I know.
My friend said you've got a very infectious laugh.
Oh, me? Oh, cool.
Oh, shit.
This is the pod the other day, and you obviously laughing. I was like,
I do that.
oh, he's got such an infectious laugh. I was like, yeah. It's annoying.
Yeah. But I think with this this Kevin Spacey thing, I think again this seems like another example where power and money may have come into play in this. For the charges that he had against him, if I remember correctly, one of them was underage. If I'm not correct,
I think so, yeah.
possibly
One of the lead actors from the Star Trek series, yeah.
Yeah, and he dodged that. And the thing is, we hear this all the time, and when you hear this type of thing, you go, of course, because you just.
But you know, some of them, I think the ones where they said I think it was multiple ones where it was like underage and that. I think one of them happened and like at like a party, and I was like, why was there an underage boy at a party?
Yeah.
So it's like you're arguing like safeguarding.
Yeah.
You're arguing safeguarding as well, and then that's where, like, that's not to say it doesn't happen, but you're arguing safeguarding of why have you been allowed to be in a party with 20, 30
And it
year old
should highlight
adults.
and bring those things more
It
to
does
light.
make you
but
think
obviously
that
it won't.
what kind of party was it?
But obviously, because
you've
the
just got
person's in the
14,
no, but
50-year-olds
that's
just walking
different
around.
because we're arguing different points. So if we're talking about what type of party was
No,
it,
when I say what kind of party, that could be them pedo parties.
no, what I meant by that is, for example, see if we. So I'm tired, my voice has changed. You see, for example,
Sound
if
like
it's
Batman.
leave me alone. If we go to like a family party, for example, and then you've got adults there you don't know, but there's still kids and adults in that vicinity. If you're in a Hollywood party or that realm of party, you're gonna have people from different ages in the party because you're all within the same realm of
Yeah,
work.
yeah, I see what you mean.
So I hear what he's saying of what type of party it was, but where you're talking about Hollywood, City of Angels, that type of venue or avenue, sorry, we don't know.
It could have been a normal regular.
That's a network. That's a networking party, regardless
Yeah.
of what's my next. What's my next project? Okay, there's director there. There's Kevin Spacey there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And based on the times these things were happening, I think some of these charges, some of them was the time when between the Usual Suspects and American Beauty came out.
Really?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Do you
it's
know
like
what?
20 years
I
ago.
didn't know
They
it
date
was-
back.
It's like 20
I
years
didn't
ago.
know that was that far. That's so bad.
So when we were kids, like, so there's like a long
I thought it was
stretch.
over accumulation of views, but not a stretch that. That's
No, because he got Me Too'd, and I remember because me and Mark, I'm not sure if O did, me and Mark used to watch House of Cards, and the series was sick, and it was about to go into like
The
final series,
it kind of-
and then because of what happened,
Gone.
they removed him, and they just killed him off screen.
he killed him off on the series.
They killed him off in the series. So then the final series it didn't fire the way it was meant to. It was just like another.
because for everything that built up
Yeah,
until
for
that,
him,
you
you're
wanted to see
rewriting.
him.
You're rewriting everything, so it just didn't same way.
This is completely a little bit off topic. When the way they killed him off, did it seem like it was rushed? Because obviously, if you don't
Said he had a heart attack off screen.
Huh?
He just had a heart attack off screen, and his wife took over as the president. So you just had to adapt to his wife being tapped for the rest of the series. Because there's a lot of big name actors that was in the theme. I think Mahershala Ali was in that, Anna Kendrick was in it. Like, there's so many big name actors and actresses within the series, but because of what happened, you just had to do it. Like, for me, I'll be a liar if I said I was actually shocked. Because in my mind, I was thinking, when you rub someone off a series, that's an admission from the organization. Sorry to do this.
That's something.
Uncle Rucker's voice. That guilty. Like,
You know, it reminds me of that guy that they took off The Shy. Forgot his name.
yeah,
He played
something
Easy.
Mitchell.
The guy that played
Yeah.
Eazy-E.
Yeah, same kind of thing. He got taken off that show quick.
But he didn't put himself in any light either.
No.
Because even when you watch the blood interviews and whatever, like, he still was. It was problematic for why they removed him. Something Mitchell, I think his last name was.
Yeah.
So, but
Jason Mitchell?
huh?
Yeah, Jason Mitchell.
Jason Mitchell, yeah. So even that, like, he's been rubbed away. Like, his name is mud. Can't touch him. But again,
Money, power,
again, prayers to
sorted.
the people who he affected. Because listen, I can key through it, but listen, 20 years of having to deal with that, and then it finally goes to court, and then this man walks out. This man walks out in basically a silk suit, saying
Scot free.
Teflon, bro.
That's a
Absolute
different type
Teflon.
of thing that you got to deal with.
But yeah, Mark, you had a topic about Rishi.
Oh, that waste, man. All right.
I just look at him and think like, you know you're younger, yeah, and you always use your jokes when you used to go prom, and you didn't have a suit, you used to wear your daddy's suit. It always looks like he's like so small, and he's in like an adult, like a baggy suit. Like the suit don't fit him. It's like, oh my god, is that your first
Like a
suit? It's
child
so
trying on
cute,
daddy's
yeah.
That's your daddy suit. So basically, Rishi will enforce cap on number of students studying low-value degrees. I don't even know what a low... But
What is that?
Be that.
Dance.
Yeah, art, sociology. Maybe.
No, sociology is economics. No, sociology. Sociology is not a what you call degree because
Or you know what? You know when they mix degrees.
sociology is basically economics. You're talking about culture and anthropology and things like that. So it's that's not a what you got degree. We're talking like dance and oh, give me an idiot subject.
Geography.
Psychology
History.
and something. Because usually,
I think geography is
so for example,
dumb subject.
when I did psychology, I know it was
The fuck? It's out
BPA
there.
accredited.
Yes.
But then at first I wasn't going to do psychology. I was going to do psychology and criminology. And because of the criminology, it wasn't BPA. It wasn't
BA.
Yeah.
It wasn't accredited the same way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the British Psychology Association didn't accredit it because of that extra. So everyone in the course kind of knew that as like the stupid course to do because you do it and after 3 years it's not an accredited course anyway. So yeah, I think it's more so the courses that have things added onto it. So this and that, for example, or like sociology and travel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
travel and tour.
Travel and tourism.
Yeah, I think if it's one of them, like for example, when I'm thinking of like idiot, when I'm thinking about normal subjects, I'm thinking
know
like
what that was.
law. Normal subjects would be like law, business, IT,
Media, journalism.
media. I think I would just sub them together because even when I did
Yeah,
journalism,
that's what
even when I
I was
did
gonna say,
journalism, I still had a module. I still had a law unit within my journalism
did I.
thing. I still had a media like production
Media
stuff on
production,
there,
yeah,
radio
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
on there.
yeah,
Like there was so many more, which is part of the world we live in now.
Yeah.
But sorry to keep shading this. If it's something like dance or like drama in uni is a waste of time. I'm being
So
honest.
basically, it's courses that do not have a high proportion of graduates getting a professional job, going into postgraduate
So
study,
drama and
or starting
and
a
dance.
business will be capped.
So they're trying to.
Psychology will be
Yeah, you
good.
would want to go to a dance
I don't
school
think
or
so.
drama school. Like,
Because
you want to
a
go.
lot of the psychology graduates don't get jobs within.
The
My-
psychology.
My cousin
field.
does. I think he missed master. He did a psychology degree. I think he missed masters. No, he missed. Is it masters after? Yeah, he missed masters, went straight to PhD because he excelled in thing, and then he is. I think he was a lecturer in the uni, and now like he's got a doctorate. So now say his name. I thought I'm not calling you Miss. Your name is Doctor, bro. Like, so it depends. I think it does depend, but I get it. Like you're trying to get people into the workforce where it's practical jobs, and you don't want people doing full degrees, especially if you're paying like 30. What? Especially if you're paying like 30 bags a year to do a full degree. Like
But to
my sister did criminology. It's not a full degree, bro.
charge someone 9K a year
To do dance,
is criminal.
No, it's true.
dance and special and musical theatre. Just
Go do it again. I did musical theatre, but in college, so I don't.
I laughed. I'll be honest. In college, I laughed at the man that did musical theatre.
College don't count.
One of the,
College is
I
college.
laughed-
When
do
you
you
go
know-
to uni, I'm not doing that.
No, do you know why I'm laughing? Because I was a youth that I used to go to school with, yeah. Like me and him used to be like this, but like when we got to like back end of secondary school, I just stopped effing with him like that. And before they moved media production to like another building on the sixth floor, you had the classes there, which was like musical theatre, and then you had the media classes here, innit? So you'll be in there just all you'd hear in them, and lift your legs and woo. And I'm looking at like, what kind of full 40 man left school to be doing up
The
this? I said,
exercise,
allow
the
it. Yeah.
exercise you have to do, like,
I said,
was mad.
allow it. I said, the only thing that I gave them a blind for is they had dance downstairs. All the girls who did dance were fire. They were all fire, right? Yeah. So I think he was creeping on one of them, and then he wanted a Trini girl in his class. I said, that's not happening. And then he got jealous because the Trini girl was cool with me. I said, bruv, her mum does my dad's hair, bro. You got no chance.
There are some links you just can't overcome, my
You
friend.
got no chance. But nah,
It
man.
was fun. That's
Even,
what I want to
I
do.
even think like music technology, so not like the technical side of music, so like learn how to like operate logic and
Engineering also.
yes, I think you're a fool.
My teacher wanted me to go
I think
university
you have
to
be
do that.
like-
I was just like, no.
Like, yeah, I think you have to be a bit crazy to pay $9,000 a year to learn it because there's no
Listen,
way.
As an
There's not
addition
much
to a
to-
degree,
how much did you pay for uni?
oh my god,
Way cheaper than what.
Oh, exponentially. Walk a bag.
oh
There's no way you're in debt from uni, bruv.
no,
Didn't think so.
That is, I'd be so happy if I was
No.
Man paid it off in his first year of working, bruv.
I can't remember, but
I bet you can't,
did
bruv.
because I did
You're
journalism.
full
I'm
of
like
in your
you,
head.
I did journalism, but I did sound and music recording with it.
Sound of music.
Sound and
Oh, about to say, man was really on the moors.
Oh my god. You just have to make sure you got your vest on around you sometimes, man.
Was you the triangle man? Was you the triangle man?
Yeah, fuck you.
No rhythm, just
Tangerine?
That's in addition. That's in addition to journalism.
Yeah.
I did a sports journalism degree, and I had one sports journalism class a week, and everything else was just like
Was that your minor? Sports journalism.
My major.
What was it?
my major.
So what was your?
So I still had to do normal journalism as well across the board. I still had to do media production. I still had to do
Radio.
I still had to do what's the other one? That's bare. And then the second year you had the law
Magazine,
unit.
yeah.
Your magazine. Oh, bro, don't learn
Yeah.
how to use fucking Adobe Audition, all this bollocks, bro. Like stuff I didn't need.
What did you do, Mark?
I didn't go uni.
What did you do?
You sold crack.
How did you?
You had to get them boy band
I
dreams
got
up
crack
and
and make
running.
your head spin.
See, but when you obviously you have so you haven't gone uni, but when you look at your friends or peers or people around you at the time that did go to uni, and you look at them now, you're both like,
Mark was like, I got a yard.
do you feel?
Do you know what I mean?
Mark's like, I got a yard.
I got a yard and a good job. Like,
Do you feel as if like
I'm free sky.
you regret not going to uni? Do you feel because usually what they tell people is you would regret.
I'm living. He's living the dream.
How that.
I live in ends.
Some
Isn't it?
of them are doing all right, and others no.
No.
So for me, I just felt like I've made the right decision.
Yeah, and I think those are the stories we need to hear more. 'Cause
Would
we
you-
usually hear about people that, especially as Africans, like African parents, go to uni because once you graduate, you'll do this, you'll do that.
No, but remember, you're also talking about the generation of Africans where it's like doctor or lawyer.
Exactly.
They look at it in a very path where it's like those are the two jobs where you're gonna make bread. Like a family member the other day, she just passed.
And be
she passed the
respected
bar.
as well.
One of my family member the other day passed the bar, and she's young, like passed the bar. Yeah, she's like what's she say? Been busting cases since 20. I thought you make me sick, bro. Like, she's what 25? Passed the bar at 25. I said, bro, that's crazy.
So you're young enough to be able to say that kind of joke and know why it's funny as
But
well.
no, she's Mandem. No, she's Mandem.
Oh my
even
god,
though-
that's so great.
No, she's Mandem, but it's one of those where she comes from a good household. But it's funny when she does that. I'm like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, even though she's like, she'll be like, bro, I want to hear Diggity. I was like, bro, I was like, you know, you just passed the bars. We talk about I want to hear Diggity's music. Chill out, bro. But no, like, listen, I think I hear what you said. Like, I think wasn't it? Sorry, go on.
no, I was gonna say, how many people as well do you think? So I was thinking about this. Studied business, and I say
I
this,
know so many people.
girls. They'll be like, yeah, I studied business, but then actually wanted to do business, or it was just like a good subject, sensible subject to do.
Of all the people I know that study business, there's only one person who's actually, in my opinion, excelled at
It's
business,
true.
and we both know who he is.
I don't care. I don't, you know,
Sam.
Yeah.
Sam is the only person who I know who studied business.
100%, but he's stuck to it. You know, the plans that he has now, from when I met him, he'd had these plans, and they was set in stone, and he started.
He's the only
like,
person that studied
small and
business,
up.
and he's actually excelled. Bro, he's on a night campaign, bro.
Yeah,
He's on a whole night campaign.
There's only
in
a
Nike store.
selected few. Sam is obviously one of them, but I just sit there and think, what did you do? Because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, because you didn't go to uni. I'm like, but anything I've ever
You not go
studied or
uni?
done, huh?
Did you not go uni?
No.
Oh, bro. What do you
I
mean,
was like,
yeah?
anything I've ever studied and I've done something with it, and
Another,
I've moved up.
another
and
crack
excelled
cooker,
from it.
bruv.
Yeah, man. But most people that went to uni, like, what have you done with it?
I
You
try
don't know.
and think, so
No, man.
Harley obviously can go to CSM. I think it's one that is either one of the best or the best fashion uni in the world or something like that.
In London.
No, I think it's the world. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
If actually, no. I think it's London and France and Italy are probably the best for
they're
fashion.
the
Yeah,
main
yeah,
fashion
yeah.
teams. So, but I'm always encouraging them, like, why don't you guys just
Start making clothes.
put your money together? I would even invest in it and just make a brand rather than, okay, cool, you want to study it, I get it, but why don't you just make a brand? Because now
Clint, look at Clint.
exactly, you don't.
I think that's what some people have learned. Like literally, you don't need to do certain things to get to certain places.
Nike only came to Cortez because Cortez was bobbing the street. And I'm not being a hater when I say this. The quality of clothes for Cortez is not the greatest, but the brand itself is high. But I think he's cutting costs by giving you a low-end tracksuit material. I'm not being an arsehole when I say this because I have friends who own my friends who own printing companies and the rest of that stuff. And even when I buy hoodies like if my friend makes clothes and where he's sourcing the hoodies from, you can feel the difference when you're feeling a hoodie compared to like the Primark t-shirt style low end.
Low quality stuff.
So it's not me. I'm not violating because I respect what Cortez have done. I'm not taking away from the brand. I'm just saying the quality of clothes he's giving you is that of Primark. So you're paying what you'd pay for like a Mandevoir price, but Primark quality.
What their argument would be though is
You're paying for the brand name.
Yeah.
That's what I said. You're paying for the brand name, even though I'd rather pay for the brand name and the quality. Like Trapstar, you're paying for quality and the brand name. But that does. I'm not saying that as a hater. I'm just saying like from a material base. But that's enough of me trying to pit against black people in the community. It's a bit mad. Do you mean?
You get me?
Okay.
Yeah.
You had a topic about
No, I didn't. I did. Go ahead. Shut up.
Saint Panto.
That's hilarious.
What'd you say?
Saint Panto.
That's hilarious.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh no, she didn't.
Yeah, go on.
You know what your topic is.
Yeah. So I thought he was going to do that. So I was reading something and it was saying that studies reveal that happy couples are less likely to post their partners on social media. Now, one of my friends was like, "Oh my gosh, whoever wants to shake the table with this, it's always on the internet. Like this is gonna like blow up X, Y, Z, whatever." Literally. But then I was having a discussion, like, to be honest, me personally, I looked at like loads of different sides in it. There can be some truth in it, and I think it just depends on how people
Did they
observe
ask
it.
before you finish? Did they tell you who made this study?
So
They never do.
it basically literally just says a recent study. So this could be
So
based
basically, some
on
random dickhead that just put
this
something out.
could be based on anything. That was my point. My point was I will put this to you guys and get obviously all of your opinions, because for me, I do see why some people would say it, but also I can agree with it on both sides in a sense. And that's from me thinking this probably isn't like a very logical, like concrete study. Someone could have just said it that just wants to, you never know.
Push pineapple, shake the tree.
Shake up the table then. So it's basically, so going on to what I was saying, it was basically conducted, again, not anybody that we know is like concrete evidence or anything like that, but researchers at a University of Kansas. So they're still studying, you know what I'm doing, this could be an assignment from all I know. So they basically apparently got it by surveying over 300 couples, and the participants were asked questions about like their relationships, like their habits on social media and things like that. they also basically determined that couples who post, like I said, are most likely to compare their relationship to others or others on social media. Then, when you're constantly seeing other couples' happy moments and perfect pictures, it can be hard not to compare yourself. That basically apparently can lead to feelings of jealousy and insecurity, yada, yada, yada. Not gonna lie, I stopped reading it from then. But me personally, I don't know why you sort of laughing so much.
It's the fact you stop reading it from yada yada yada.
Yeah, because it was just going on, and I was just like, I just find it funny. But I saw a lot of people in the comments getting really triggered at it as well.
I just find it funny.
Isn't it funny how?
Isn't it? I just think it's funny how.
It's funny how I do find it. Edgy nose, really like quite hilarious.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's blooming ridiculous. It's blooming ridiculous. Who gives a fuck? Honestly. But the thing is, this is the thing though. People do. Social media is now. It's now.
Governor.
It follows each and every single one of us, whether you're on it or not. Well, if you're on it, it literally is a part of your kind of like your DNA now. That your social media and what you show on social media, and then what you don't show on social media, and what that means. And now people are now putting this into their relationship where, oh well, if you don't post me, that means something. Now, there are shit people out there who don't post people on social media because they're hiding them from whoever they're doing business with, and that's fine. But again, to the point where social media is now ingrained in a relationship, to the point where people are like, so what, you're not going to post me? What does that mean that we're not real? What does this mean that... See, this is why I need and believe... And then it goes into that, all based off fucking social media. Are you all right?
This isn't just basically based on, how couples are, happy couples or whatever.
Are you sure? Because you didn't finish the article.
What? My opinion, I mean, you fucking idiot.
You know when John Wick just keeps the gun there and he doesn't pull out, it just was there.
There wasn't much else to go by. There wasn't much else to go by on it, but literally the point is they're just saying couples that don't post as often are less likely to not be in a passo or whatever.
I just don't see why social media is a part of a relationship.
But it doesn't need. That's what I'm saying. My point is, it doesn't need to be and it shouldn't be.
It doesn't. But people.
But just because social media is like the new, apparently hierarchy of everything. There's people that not anything. Not me, and not people in this room. But I'm just saying.
I think if you're
there are people out there.
If you're a person that you share everything on social media, then yeah, I can see why people will get upset. But at the end of the day, I don't care.
Well, if you post your whole pregnancy, as I said, if you post your whole pregnancy on Instagram, and then it's time for you to give your baby,
and you don't show the baby's face,
and now you're hovering the baby's face. So just don't show me you're pregnant, bro.
That and when some women post their man and they put a smiley face on the man,
just don't post him.
Yeah. You don't need to post at all.
What's the point?
That's my thing is, or when they cut off
girl,
the head,
we know you got a man, and
see, I like the artistic ones where say you're just there, you're there on holiday with your babes. No, they're with your babes. And you see the back of your babe's head, you see the man laying on their bum cheek. I like the artistic ones. Where it's just like, I got babes, don't even look like, but nothing's covered. She's still there, but it's just dead there. You get me?
I'm here, she's here. That's what you do.
Artistic ones.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I rate them ones.
I don't get it. If you're going to show them,
show
them. If you're not, you're not. But it doesn't matter if you do or don't, in my opinion.
Or you see them in reflection on a window or a door.
No, it's not that. When she did a picture in the mirror, and then the baby's just like that in the back.
Just be artistic.
I like those ones.
No,
people
I like
make
those
me
ones.
laugh.
When I first got Instagram, yeah.
Funny.
I don't know, I first got Instagram. This girl added me, yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. You're just kind of getting
the hang of it.
Girl added me, I've looked, and I'm like, you've added me, and like every other picture, like, so people, 2 pictures of you, picture of your man, 2 pictures of you, 3 pictures of your man. I'm like, babe, why have you added me? Like, because I was thinking, what are you going to do when you break up with him? Oh, that girl in my DM think I'm pretty. Like, why are you here?
There's that, and then when you have to, if something bad happens in a relationship,
unless I know
deleting the pictures with the partner. She's single.
Unless I know who you are, like we're cool before, and I know you're in a relationship, like then cool, like your man's there, cool. I'm still gonna. I'm that person where if I've been following you for years, you get a boyfriend, I'm still gonna like the picture.
Yeah, I'm still gonna tag.
I like them all. I'll be like right down to the bottom.
No, that's extra. Man's like, I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, man.
No, because that's when you're not seeing it on the homepage and you've actually got into the person's thing and you've gone do.
No, but sometimes. What's so up to?
No, he was doing soccer. I know what he was doing.
But
He
no,
was
that
doing
depends
soccer.
who you are, because then otherwise I'm just going to look like a creep. Like, just like
All it is, do you know why this is a problem? Like, even at the base form. And me and Gabriel have had this. One, shame doesn't exist no more, and people are enough. So people want to know everything. I love the fact of not knowing fuck all. You know, I know everybody CRB checks people, yeah? When you go to CRB check someone, like the normal, the easy one, like on the internet, you can't find nothing. The best thing ever. You now have to do graph work and find out, what's this babe on?
And you have to do it the old school way of
Yeah.
literally talking and finding
Yeah.
and learning.
Mark will run his old man game and have to do Inspector Gadget and them thing there with a trans jacket, like hat on. Man, no, they can figure it out. It's fun, right? Yeah.
There's been too many Inspector Gadget references in the last couple of episodes, and I love it.
I'm got to do that. Put out the notepad to the start writing down
Go gadget.
information.
Please do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
What?
But then I just think it's the neck, man.
It is the best thing ever.
You know what annoys me?
And I can't do it
Gabriel
because-
doesn't know what Inspector Gadget is. It annoys
Hey,
me so
Gabriel, have you
much.
still not seen it as a look at his face?
He ain't gonna see that.
Amazing.
Not even Gadget Boy, which was the
Gadget Boy was cold.
yeah the
Amazing.
next version of it.
Oh, with his niece and the
Gadget Boy,
yeah.
and, is it in Heifer?
Penny.
Gadget Boy
Penny.
and Heifer. That was a song. Gadget Boy.
There was a gadget boy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
which
It's
Gadget
past your
Boy
time.
was
You was like 38 at
Oh,
the
okay,
place.
can't watch cartoons in your time.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
You don't need to step back. You're about Reese, you absolute
happens.
bastard.
It happens.
But yeah, I think the topic's very silly.
But in this
It's-
in this day and age, in this relationship age, this is an important
No, it's
thing.
not. It's not. People are
To
not.
some people.
This is important to people who live and die on social media. This is important to them.
I don't see why though, because I like
Because
using social media, but I don't
It's
find it.
it's the
Kid,
be
you like
all
using
and
social media
end
more than
all
any
of
of us in this room.
everything.
Yeah, but I don't like.
Like
I don't
he uses.
stick to it.
Listen, Gabriel uses
You know what
social
I mean?
media, but Gabriel uses social media for his business
No,
And-
I like
and for his
using
hate
it,
campaign.
but I don't
and his
take
hate campaign.
it.
And his hate campaign. Mark
take
uses,
it
but no.
seriously.
But the difference is, Mark uses social media, but Mark uses social media to post pictures of his photography. I'll use social media in a sense to send memes. I use social media to promote memes. I'll go on holiday. I'm not posting.
I'll
You
use
go on
it.
holiday. You.
You know that I'm that kind of person.
Have you ever seen someone snap a story where you can't even see the small bars because there's so much stories and consecutive?
Rah, that's a lot of stories.
But I don't use social media.
Shit.
I've never seen it before in
I
my
never
life.
said I don't use social media. I said I don't mind.
Shit
I like
bags.
social media. I never said I don't use it. Of course I use it. But
Fam,
I
till you
You
can't
don't realise
see
how long the story
You
is.
can't
like,
see
whoa,
the.
come out that.
Yo,
know
you
it's
know
not
when
like
for your
that
bar.
every day.
It's like
It is
tight.
like that.
No,
Oh.
it's like once in a while, and it wasn't even
Babe.
that deep when I went on holiday. It's not like that every week. Sometimes I'm not even using it, but
You know when
I
people
like
post
using
you know when
social
people post
media.
the same story that was on Instagram on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Or something else.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie.
But-
I'm gonna post something. I want it to be seen.
But I don't like social media.
I never said I
I
don't like
post on
social
one
media.
thing, you know.
Huh?
You can't post the same picture on everything.
Yes, I can because I want it to be seen.
But I don't like social media.
You want it to be seen.
But
Yeah.
but I don't
everyone.
like social
Yeah,
media.
I'm like, I never said I don't like social media. I don't know where you got that from because I literally said
But you want it to be
I
seen by
like
everyone.
social media, but I don't take it seriously. Like if I see something, it'll
That's
get
pretty
me
serious.
upset.
To post the same picture on multiple platforms. That's pretty serious.
You want
No,
it to be
but-
seen.
Yeah, but I mean serious in the sense of
Don't
you know
you,
people
don't,
get.
don't you feel seen?
I like to be seen.
Then you have a man. That's the only person that needs to see you.
No, but it's not. So my social media is about my man. It's definitely about me. Oh, what? Because cheeks for cheeky.
And you're enough.
And
you are enough.
Yeah, but I don't feel like I post because I have to. Sometimes if I want to, I will do it. But again, if I see something on social media like
Clearly
couple
people that shop brand
goals
deals.
or whatever, I don't get upset
Yeah.
by things that I see on social media. And I don't take it like personally where like, oh my God, are people going to see this? The same way I'll post myself looking 10-10, I'll post myself looking dry first thing in the
I'm being
morning. I don't
honest.
care.
I'm yet to see you look like a market on social media. We're not doing that.
Look at what?
I'm yet to see you look like a market on social
Like
media.
what?
Market girl.
Like a market
Are
girl.
you joking?
I've yet to see it.
I've not seen it
Do you
either.
know what? I think that social
Maybe
media
just because my
allows-
normal state don't look like that. I look dry sometimes.
social media allows
Sometimes.
everyone to be
I don't care.
The best version of themselves.
the mini celebrity that they want to be. It allows them to put out
Pressed in the
as I said,
mouth more
best.
than I
The
believe.
best version.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I don't post the best version of myself. More time No.
I think that's hot garbage. What you're saying, but that's my opinion.
You do.
No,
Hot poo.
now let me go back in
there.
there.
I watch Cage's stories. It's classy jokes.
It's average, like it's anything. It'll be me with my
I see the
friends.
holiday stuff when you was on holiday.
Yeah, but it'll be like I can
Everyone
post,
see the holiday stuff.
Her
No,
with
but I can
friends.
post
Her with
absolutely
friends.
everything.
Looking good.
Like it's not one thing with me. It's not like I only have to post me going out. I only have to post dinners. I only have to put. I actually.
Can I ask you a
don't
question?
care.
Oh, well, that's your question. I want to ask because you have her on Snap as well.
Mm.
Yeah, a lie.
What?
More time you only see Katie post when she's outside with a drink in her hand.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're outside.
Yeah, but
I don't see you posting in your house.
what? Yes, on Instagram. What are you joking?
So what you're saying is you don't see like
That's a difference. So
post
because
without makeup and just casually chilling.
I post with makeup.
She'll be at
without
work.
makeup.
She'll be at work in the
She does
toilet taking
without makeup.
selfies.
She does.
So she's
I
still
post
outside.
without makeup all the time because
No,
I
when she's
rarely wear
outside,
makeup anyway.
when she's outside, yeah, and she's dressed to the nine, yeah, and yes, that's a compliment. So
I'll
relax.
post it on
yeah.
every form because
She'll
I'm
be
like,
in the
yeah, I wanna
toilet
look
taking
10,
pictures.
10.
Yeah,
you need to
but
see
she'll post the
this.
same picture
Yeah.
across 4 platforms.
But I don't care. But I'm not denying that. I'm saying when
That's
I look
mad.
10,
She was at
10,
brand deal, innit?
I'm gonna put it everywhere because I want everyone to look good. Because most times,
Is it the praise
I know
you
like
get?
this.
Is it the praise you get for it? That kind of,
no, you know, because it's not even that anyone would comment on it. I just
I
This is
just
me.
want to pray.
and I'm 32 and I look great. Like I'm an exhibitionist. I want to be a show off.
I understand.
I want to be a show off, but at the same
Give her
time,
your trench coat.
but at the same time, social media will not affect me in a way where if I see something it's going to upset me. If someone said something about how I post, I don't care. Like
I get
in
corned on my
that sense,
pictures. I
I
don't
don't
care.
take it seriously.
No, I don't take I don't take pictures. I don't take Instagram for it because I get bantered in my pictures. There's a picture I got on Instagram with them not saying I look like a drowned rat, bruv. I was getting cooked. I laughed. Listen, I find social media funny. Like everything about social media is funny because I know what these people look like and move like in real life. Yeah, especially the people who I know. Well, oh yeah, my dog. You don't know that guy at all. Like I know what man are really on in real life.
Yeah.
So I don't take it seriously. I'll throw up a picture. I'll go about my business. I don't check again.
I can't even. You see, like, there's one thing that I can't do. You know when people have the camera in front of their face and they talk to the camera. I think it comes out crazy.
No, do you know the worst one?
This one.
That one. When you see people do this on the
That-
street, yeah, and like when you see it,
I
and
really
you're
want to get up
watching
and do it.
When you see when you're watching it from like your phone, fine. When you actively see people doing this, you
It's
look like
mad.
a fucking
It's mad.
speng, bro.
Like if I was to do that, I'd think. Imagine what
Can't stand that one.
I look like towards people that are driving past me, seeing me doing this.
like a moomin.
You know, what I hate as well.
People
Are
arguing.
you gonna say the one I'm gonna say? Go on, say it.
Like, you know when people on social media, like they're always writing. They're always writing on social media. So what they do is when they do their videos, they start with.
Alright, so
I
boom.
don't usually talk about these topics, but I just thought I should come online or what's another
It
one?
doesn't make sense. Like, so I'm not usually watching a video, but I thought like this is really
Shit.
important to talk about, and I wanted to chat about this today.
Or what's
Yes.
another one like I don't know, like
Listen.
women do this a lot. They'll be like, this person did this to me, and and you know me, I go business, so blah blah blah.
I don't business.
And it doesn't affect me. I'm not bothered by it.
Do you know the
But you're making a
But
video.
I'm just saying, it's like that TikTok video with the girl that was talking about the girl that copies her all the time or something,
have
and she
no
was
idea.
like, yeah, like I don't really care, but and then when I was watching, I was like, but you do because
You know what they say?
You know me. I don't care. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just gonna say what's in my heart.
Oh, it's all my truth. You know what I realize?
Oh
I just
my
wanna speak my
truth.
truth.
You know what I mean? Laugh. You know when they say no? I think the Jay-Z lyric is nobody wins when a family feuds. Yeah. That term of that, my understanding of that now is
My truth.
when you get on the internet and have to prefix something, you're never gonna win because it's open to people's interpretation to how you're moving. You're arguing with people that don't know you. Because it now goes down to court of public opinion. I don't want to play that game, bro. Because ultimately, you rubbed me out already.
Yeah, you're guilty already.
You rubbed me out already. So there's no point me. It's me jumping out on there. You know what? I'm not really on this talking thing. Or normally I'm just gonna I'm banging out at when they start talking wicked. But obviously I heard Mark was talking smack, so I'm gonna have to respond. I'm not doing all that on the internet, bruv. Because now I'm incriminating myself, bruv.
Yeah.
Mark, when I see you, I'm pumping your
I
mouth.
can't stand them ones. Like,
Man, don't talk. I just punch man up.
It's on site.
But Or when people cry on social media.
Crying on camera makes me die, bro.
No, but it's like
Because you
crying is actually mad.
crying. Think about it. You're
You've watched it
crying.
back.
You've watched it back.
And you press
You'll be
upload.
like,
You
okay, I'm gonna upload this.
And sometimes it's edited, you know, because you can see where they've changed.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna make it sound like a dickhead, yeah.
It's wild.
Right, yeah. And Kieran's gonna tell me I'm a prick for this as well. There was a girl that Kieran and I both knew, yeah. Known her for years. Known her from when I was a kid, yeah. I think for years, I told her, stop getting involved in people's business on the internet. You're being mixy in it. It's none of your business. Get off Shade Bar comments. Get off those comments. Stop it. Because I said, if shit was ever happened to you, you're not gonna have the same vim. Just don't do it. Long and behold, God, our greatest God ever.
Something happened.
Something happened to her, and it was linked to someone that she knew. On where she's prevalent in comments. Vim was silent. No vim, silent. Yeah, cool. Then obviously she was on a show where, if I say what show it is, it's gonna be out the whole situation. So I'm not gonna say it. She's on a show on YouTube. Nah, I'll tell you after.
I think I know.
Nah, it's not about shit, but it's aligned with that type of show anyway, yeah. And basically, what's happened is, like, she did something mad foul, yeah. And if the person wanted to, they could have pressed charges because you admitted something on camera you shouldn't have admitted, didn't it? Then months after, I think she put out a video on her gram crying about her mental health. Me and Kieran was like, this dickhead, bruv. So you're talking about your mental health where you've been in comments cussing celebrities who, in my opinion, UK celebrities are not celebrities, they're just normal people with bread, innit? Yeah. No, but no, I don't even mean to diminish it, but you're literally like one person away from meeting these people.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So you've been rubbing at the people in comments. You don't know what they feel about that. Man, going to check in a Shade Bar. You've uploaded me, and I've got some spam-faced girl chatting shit in the comments.
Every day calling people spam face or moo face. It's too much.
Spam-faced Pitney, fine. Chatting wicked. But as a celebrity or as a person of influence, I've got a firm there where you can freely get your mouth off. So imagine now you're there crying in your video on the gram. I'm going to come in your comments and laugh. Spice Adams, now what? Will you block me because I laughed at you? I do what all you weirdos do and make another account and start shit to you again. It's weird, bro.
I do think it's weird. Like, I think a lot of things are weird people do, but the crying thing.
Crying on camera. When Tyrese did, I can't lie. I died with after. I love Tyrese, but I died with after.
I was in stitches because I thought about that, and before you see what Mark said, you have to look at yourself and you got to edit it to make sure it's okay. Before you do that, as you're crying on camera, you're literally looking at yourself crying. Now,
you're
I don't know.
Reaching for the phone.
I don't know
in the video
who in this room.
I just wanted you to know. I just want to see my kids.
If you've ever been crying and gone to look at yourself in the mirror just so you can see yourself crying, no. Because you're not a fucking psychopath. Because you're not. Because look, yeah, this is good. I taste it. Salty. Murder. No, you're not. So that's what you're doing. You're looking at yourself doing that and going, oh yeah.
Anything. I would avoid a mirror if I'm crying and I'm upset and I know I need to go wash my face. And I'm going into the bathroom.
Nobody wants to see anyone's ugly cry.
I'm going to avoid the mirror to wash my face. I'm not going to look at myself crying.
You've got to see yourself go.
You see across the board for that, yeah, where people are talking. You see across the board where people are talking to the camera. Do you know what annoys me about the process of this? Even when I think about like old school road boys, yeah, like older than me, into my era of road boys, and then you're thinking about that. Back in the day when you lot was gonna do a works, yeah, your reputation was loud. Nobody knew what you looked like.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. If man am I talking wicked on the internet, you didn't match that with letting people know what time you were on. You just caught man, and it was done in silence. Now, everyone's just there self-incriminating yourself. I would look at it like it's a young boy thing and the rest of that stuff. There's guys older than me doing it. I'm thinking, why are you getting drawn into this new internet game? Oh, because man, I'm going to think I'm a dickhead. Who cares?
People that you don't know.
I've watched videos, yeah, like even drill videos, where you can see where these little dickheads from like Shropshire and up north, who are from like middle-class backgrounds, like, yeah, he's a neek. I said this before when my cousin said this about like a flipping Tion Wayne thing. I was like, bro, you know you come from a good family in privilege to be calling anyone a neek. You never step foot in a council seat in your life.
But it's when but I think it's similar to when you see good people 6 9 to snitch. Oh, shut up. If you was in the same situation,
you be singing
before you even get taken into a cell.
I think if you're a road boy, yeah, because I mean even like if you use the 6 9 situation before we pivot onto something else, yeah, You see where he's got that new song with Kodak Black. I know people who are big Kodak Black fans, who are road youths. They're trying to rub out Kodak. But the question is, for example, if you was offered like 2M to do a song with man, you're gonna do it. But if you're negating bread and saying based on like, what's the right word?
Like principles.
Thank you. On principles that can't run because of whatever I'm from and where I've had problems with the law and the rest of that stuff, it's fine. But it depends on do your principles have a price?
But no, but you know what? You know why that in itself doesn't, like, even the road guys that would say, no, you can't make songs with a snitch. That doesn't make sense. Kodak Black said, listen, we're making a track, not getting half on the brick. It's like these guys that would say, snitch this, snitch that, when they get out of jail, will go and work in construction with someone who's a snitch. Who would snitch? They would go and they're not going to be like, oh, you know, my manager in construction is a snitch, I'm not going to work. No, you're going to work with him.
Because you're not trying to get recalled.
Exactly, because you're trying to get your money, you're not trying to get recalled. So, where's Kodak Black? Oh, we're not going half on the brick, we're making music. And he's dissed him in that song as well.
Yeah, he did. Right, he got a little right, yeah.
In that song. And he actually let the world know he needed $1 million. His baby mum wants $1 million, so this is why he's done it. Like, he's actually let people know it's done for money. It's business. Like, Jay-Z, I think they've got like, I think one of the women that they do business with in Rock Nation.
Yeah, some South American looking one. Yeah.
She shut down.
And she was near Meek. And everyone was getting on to Meek. I remember it's about 4 years ago when he was going for his crime thing, and I was like, "Ee, bro."
Talking about 6 9 but this is what you're next to. You're next to this woman who brought down the cartel. So how you? She lit like war wiretaps and everything. So
It's selective outrage. But here's an outrage I want to talk about, and I need Gabriel to explain this. Vladimir Putin has basically agreed to negate Africa's debt. And this debt ain't something simple. I think it's at 345 million, or is it more than that?
I think he's supplying grains as well, or something to do with grains. I know he's got a deal in place which would help like African countries with their grains. And I know,
Sorry, 684 million.
Yeah.
And then let me do this correctly. Putin has forgiven 23 billion in debt owed by African countries, and he also forgave, which I thought this was funny because he separated them, 684 million to Somalia 3 days ago. I thought Somalia was part of Africa, but what do I know? Gabriel, explain this to me, please.
Yeah, I personally, what I think.
Poisonally?
Huh?
Poisonally?
What I think happened Putin's trying to, because I know we were in Niger right now. There's like a coup d'etat going on where they're trying to overthrow the president. Obviously, you know, the president is in support of France, and Putin basically what I think he's trying to do is empower African countries to fight against their oppressors, because it means fighting against the West for him. So it's quite tactical. So right now there's been a coup d'etat where the president of Niger has been overthrown. I think his name is Abuzan. He's been overthrown. And that was all done with the help of Russia.
Hello.
And now in Niger, people are walking around with Russian flags saying, yeah, we've always hated the French. We wanted to get them out of there. So I think all it is, I just think it's a tactical move to get these African countries to have enough power to fight against the West, which essentially will help.
If you arm them up, they're fine.
So yeah, so I think that's all it is.
I mean, from initially hearing this, the first thing I thought of was that, the war in Ukraine didn't go exactly the way that he wanted it, so he's obviously on cleanup.
He ain't lost yet.
So obviously, as far as optics are concerned,
He hasn't lost yet, though.
No. But as far as how the world looks at him and Russia at this moment, he's going on for some sort of cleanup. So it's like, okay, so what I'm going to do, total left turn, and I'm going to go, let's forgive Africa of all their debt. You know, let's not also kind of about how much we've taken from Africa. That's neither here nor there. But, you know, let's just forget the debt.
But that's Europeans.
You know what I mean?
That's Europeans as a whole. That's not just him. That's Europeans.
But it felt, when I first heard it, it felt like something tactical. And that makes perfect sense.
Off topic.
That is insane if he actually thinks it's going to work.
Off topic. You know the only thing that makes me laugh about this whole war, and I don't mean like, I don't mean like ha ha, like funny. Yeah, I mean like this. Like I think it's personally funny. for the whole time this war's been going on, because it's been going on for like a year and a half now, yeah? I can count the amount of times I've seen Putin in pictures. The Ukrainian president
Is
I've never seen.
outside.
Bro, man, are dying in your country, and you're doing bare social. Every minute,
Magazine
nice
covers,
jump
all
on.
sorts.
I was like, do you care about your people? Or you trying to get a lick? Because America, these people are helping you anyway. Why are you on Vogue, bro?
He was out for brand deals.
That's mad, like an influencer.
Yeah.
I think already as well. Like,
Love Island.
Yeah.
I mean, it is working to a certain extent because already I think.
Take up to the terrace. We need to talk.
How do they always say that?
Go for a chat.
Let's go
Do
for
you
a
know what?
chat.
They didn't say it that much. this
Bruv, we
evening,
live in the
right?
same yard. What do you mean go for a chat?
I don't know. And it's always after that. Where should we go? About 5 p.m. Yeah, should we go?
It's not the biggest of houses, bro.
in it.
I've run around the house like
Did
twice.
you see that chair over there? Over there. Done.
Beanbags.
They got a bit different this year. Sometimes you heard, oh, can I have a word? Or let's go for this.
And then you
Not
just hear the
always.
clock.
Should
Why
we go for
are
a
you
chat?
walking? Where you going?
Or it's like you see from like one end of the villa to the other, them just strolling to go for the chat, and everyone in the villa's going,
I'm sorry. I just find it stupid because they dress up to sit in the same place.
he's pulled her for a chat.
You're a hater, bro.
What? They're doing their makeup, everything to go jam in the same place.
No, I think the whole makeup to get ready it blows my mind. Obviously for the evening maybe because you want to dress up, but in the day, let your skin breathe. You're in the sun. It winds me
Only
up.
thing I need in that place is a trim, bro.
Winds me up.
I
I've
see
always
that
said it though.
black people like online, like the Black Love Island fans online, especially like the black women who watch Love Island, they're angry because
Whitney didn't win. Well, the people that won shouldn't have won.
but you know what it is.
Oh, Sammy and
It's not,
Jess.
like Love Island's
The
not
only
for
way
black
people made it.
Of course it's
was they
not.
was to
So
get
I
them
don't-
off. I think.
I don't even know why black people go on Love
Because
Island.
we're beginning to
Island's definitely
believe.
fixed.
No, but with Love Island, you got to sprinkle.
Love Island have
Got to sprinkle.
They have a fetish for Irish Nigerians,
They're lame.
or like, but it's never
All of a sudden, yeah, because
Like I didn't know there
The law-
was many Irish people.
No one did.
Respectfully,
You didn't
respectfully,
know.
I only-
Listen,
I only know-
Island has a second Lagos.
Yes.
Island is massive with the
aware of,
Nigerians.
I'm only aware of Love
Yeah.
Island from Twitter,
Second
innit?
Lagos.
Huge.
a second Lagos.
So from Twitter, when I can see who's in Love Island for what they've seen. I'll be honest, the last two Nigerian
Huge.
Irish girls that have been in there have been laying the Ross.
No Ross.
That Catherine girl's face is beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
And then you had Yuande on there as well.
The
Where's
one,
the
yeah,
other one?
because
Where's the other one from with the cheeks?
wait,
I don't
Catherine.
know her name.
Because people can't see you on camera, yeah? Because people can't see you on camera, that sounds wild.
No, she has got like cheek fillers, like. some
He
cheek
did,
fillers.
guys. He did this. Just for everyone.
Is it
He
Catherine?
Side skin,
Your
she's got, like,
cheeks.
cheeks and-
Yeah.
Is it cheeks and cheeks?
Scottish.
That's it.
Scottish?
Yeah. Oh, so she's a Scottish Nigerian.
I didn't even.
Is she
know.
Nigerian?
Yeah,
Who?
Yeah, she is, but I didn't even
Who?
know she had fillers. Ella, she got cheek fillers.
And her bum's done.
Like it looks like she's-
See, I was
Her
like,
bum's done.
I wasn't even sure about Ella's bum, so I was like,
The hamstring
alright,
don't
right.
match.
Ella's
I
little,
can't
but she's got a bum. Like, and I
The hamstring don't match.
Wow.
He will
doesn't
tell you
sit
he's a
right.
bum
It
connoisseur,
doesn't sit
bro.
right. It doesn't.
Wow.
Why are you laughing?
I wish
will
I
tell
was
you.
her
Connoisseur.
body.
No,
He's
he's
a
right.
bum
He's right. He's
connoisseur.
right. He knows
I
his
actually wish
audience.
that was her body, because if that was her body,
I
she
caught
was
that.
born a bum like that.
They just get normal people.
With bare bellies and everything.
Yeah, just like
You are lovely.
Hey, go for a chat.
go and get
Can you be there in the same mode she's in now, bruv? The hoodie on.
I mean, like, go and get
With her bottom,
black people
with her bottoms out like it's Winnie the Pooh, bruv.
represent black people.
No, it could be postcode war.
Can't do that.
Go and get make it. I think it'll be funnier then.
I need a more realer one. I need like a more realer.
I think this
I
one
think
is
if it was
fine.
like, because they're bringing back Big Brother, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, they
And I
are.
was like,
They
Big Brother, Big Brother
are.
now.
They can't be like where Big Brother can't be like
Big
what
Brother
it
was-
used to be.
Wait.
Set
Which
the
channel?
trend.
Four, 3.
What?
Big Brother's going to ITV.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be the cleanest thing you'd have ever seen. Ew.
Which one was the one with like the Kosies?
Oh,
Channel
Lord.
4, baby.
That was the
With the
best.
bottle.
Those were the years.
With a bottle.
Yep.
With a bottle.
Nadia.
Yeah, big.
Nadia in the bottom.
Listen, Nadia. No,
Bro.
it was Kinga.
Kinga,
It
sorry.
was Kinga with the
Sorry.
bottle of the
That was the best one.
Kinga, Nadia,
UK
Makosi,
reality was-
Anthony.
Yeah, that was peak. That was
That
up there.
was-
And you had that Nikki girl, innit?
Science.
issues.
Science.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Science was my boy.
Science was
He
my
washed
boy.
the chicken.
He was
That's
from
my
the
boy.
end.
I'm such an
He was
idiot,
the
bro.
guy who put his scabs in his like.
Huh?
It was like a white guy, and he put scabs in
Not Pete.
Science's like chili, like literally put that.
And science went off.
Yeah, Maxwell. That's it. He's put that.
Yeah, yes, he did.
Listen,
Do you
that
realize?
can't happen now, though. That can't.
That Big Brother was just serious.
The
Like,
Maxwell knees.
it just was. But that's what I said. Like, I'll probably like watch it just to see what it's like. But it's not. It's probably going to be more staged.
Yeah.
Because that's what I typically like to do.
You don't get it, it's fine. And Pete with his thing. We've got one more topic before we got to wrap. Sorry, guys. Katie had a because you know this R&B music. I'm saying okay. Katie had a topic that she wanted to ask Owen and Mark because this has nothing to do with me.
How do you know what to ask? Oh, no, did I say that?
You said it. I only have to ask two people when it's not directed to them.
Yeah, it's always us two.
No, really weird. Stems up in a conversation.
Hold on. Let me make sure my back is okay for this question.
Yeah, you got to support it.
No, because the question was.
I know you left your Zim from outside the door. You're fine, bro.
The original question was where it stemmed from was, what do you do when you need to piss in the bath or shower, whatever? And then basically I thought, have you ever had the mad urge to want to go toilet? Obviously, when you've got no clothes on, and it's less restricting and it's harder to hold. So do you get what I mean?
Harder to hold.
Like if I'm walking around here, I've got no clothes on, I'm like, shit, I need to go to the toilet. It's harder for me to do this, so I have to run to make it to the toilet. What if you're in the shower now?
But my shower and my toilet's right there. That's all.
What if you're in the shower and the toilet isn't in the bathroom with the shower?
I'll wait till I finish showering.
Two-part question. It's a two-part question.
Yeah, it's a two-part question. I just want to know because I had a very interesting conversation. But
I don't know how far the intro.
Have you ever peed in the shower?
Yes,
I've peed in the shower before.
Have you been in the shower?
When I was very young, yeah.
I'm talking about when now you're adult age.
No, I know how to hold my bladder.
I have to wipe. I have to
must be
wash
nice.
my shower, bro.
Sorry, not all of us are blessed like that. So,
Well, I don't need to go pee that bad. Like,
no,
Why would I jump
bro.
It's not even that, but like,
yeah, why would I jump in the shower knowing I want to go pee?
Respectfully, yeah, I don't even like cleaning my bathroom shower because I've got black tiles and it leaves smears. You think I want to piss on the porcelain of my shower? No, step out and just. I'm gonna fuck you up outside.
Drip.
Right, yeah. I just I gotta pee.
Oh.
I'm not a child, bro. It's not like I need a potty. I just get on piss.
Yeah.
I mean, the
It's
bath
not even
mat's
about being in
there.
the shower. It's a lazy thing. Like, have you ever been in the shower?
So you're peeing on your own leg.
Oh, let me go.
So you're peeing on your own leg.
Pretty much, because it's just.
Like a picnic. Like a picnic. As a 32-year-old woman, you're pissing on your own leg. That's mad.
No, but then
But
then again, as a 32-year-old woman, she can make the decision to do that because she's an adult and because she's made that decision.
You know the people that don't do that? People who suffer from mental health and they're on tablets.
I'm okay.
Are you?
Ish.
Mm.
On occasion. But again, no. Because
Gabe was about to save you. He's about to save you, but I want to look at people funny anyway.
This is making me laugh. This conversation. Stop it.
I met someone for the first time last week, a holistic woman, Hispanic, and she drinks at home and pee.
Oh,
And that's been episode 159 of this show podcast. You can find us TSP on all your favorite TSPs, my personal favorite YouTube. You can find Mark, O's, Reese, and Kitty's information in the description below. You can find.
No, can I say the one bit?
Go on.
The barber thing.
Go on.
Yeah, go on.
You're right there.
No, Gabriel, it's weird. Apparently, but I can't
Am I dying in the desert?
Have I got a snake bite?
It's cured.
No, jellyfish.
So what if you get stung by a jellyfish? You're not gonna. If one of you get stung by a jellyfish, you're not gonna let one of them pee.
I'm peeing on all of you.
Sorry to bother you again, sir. It's time to go.
So Mark, you would mind if if you got stung by a jellyfish and you're gonna be like, nah, don't pee on me.
You know this is dumb. It's like the East Asian comedian saying, yeah, he called the black man homophobic. He said why, and he was like, if I got bit by a snake on my taint, yeah, would you suck the thing out? He said no, absolutely not. He said if that was you, I'd suck the thing. No, bro. If a snake bit me on my bits, let me die. Let me die. Let me die.
What if a snake?
Let me die. Let me die. Let me die. Let me die.
And go, and then that's it. I've seen it.
What'd you do?
What, spit and swallow?
No, do that again.
No, so you meant to put olive oil in your mouth, swallow it around your mouth.
Mark,
I saw it back in my head.
Mark,
and you go like that when you go.
Mark, bring up your topic now before we leave. For real. Because I'm ready to go.
Okay. So a young lady on Twitter said,
Fucking
my
Just for the record.
son's barber asked me out. You listening? What'd I say?
My son's barber asked me out.
Nice one.
Touche.
She said no. She took him back there for a lineup, and he pushed the baby's hairline back.
That sounds so wild, you know.
By the way, no, sorry. Do you know why I've got a pause mark?
That sounds
Yeah,
so wild.
and I'm happy Katie caught it because I tried to ignore it twice.
No, but I heard it twice.
For
and I
a
didn't want it
lineup.
For a lineup.
Do you know what a lineup is, bro?
Literally.
That's correct. No.
The
Do you know what a
nature
lineup
of
is?
the
What's a
story.
lineup?
Like a markup.
No,
that's a markup.
That's
No,
a
we lining you
markup.
up, Joe. We about to line
That's a
you
lineup,
up.
man.
No, there's two
You
versions
don't
of
see a
lineup.
lineup. One girl, 10 man. Put it that way.
Thank you. Katie's
I've
from ends.
never used that.
Lineup.
Wait, I'm right here.
When he said lineup, I was like, I'm trying to ignore
No,
it.
do you know
That's
what?
what
He
it
said
says.
it,
It says lineup.
I've
He said
never.
it earlier.
I didn't know lineup.
and he said it twice, and I was like,
No, no.
I thought it was a train.
I know, you know.
That's a train. I thought.
no,
Called a
train's
lineup.
different.
No, it's lineups is
Train's
different.
different. Lineup's different.
That's
Lineup's just-
lineups like a battery, bro.
Battery. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Got it.
That's brilliant.
Slime.
First of all, yeah.
Everybody line up.
First of all, how do you fist fight the barber if he ain't got no hair? So you pushed your son's melon mutton cut back. How you? Man gave man a George Jefferson. Like you can't even punch one up.
With the muffin cap back blue.
Say how?
Yeah. Oh, that's bad.
Nah,
You
man.
see you see the hair trying to grow back.
He's young. They'll grow back.
Yeah.
They remember back in the day-
Bile it off, man.
Remember
He's
back in when
out of order.
Pogba and
He's
Ainsley
out of
made the now
order.
zinged off their hair. They did the Barlet thing. And man came back with the most sensational lineup ever. I would never do that.
It's tough for single moms.
I know all these
I wish the
all these
camera
barbers
could see-
trying to fuck in
I
it.
wish
I
the
know.
camera-
That's how you say.
I wish the camera could see everything. All I'm saying.
Man, they got it so hard.
You know what that's funny? You know what that's funny? No matter what you said, starting a sentence with "it's tough for single
It's
moms"
tough for single
is
mom.
crazy.
It was never gonna sound easy.
That's one of the things they got to deal with, innit?
It's crazy though.
Oh.
One of the things you have to do.
Oh shit.
Intimidating as well, isn't it?
What, going to the,
Yo.
going to the barbers or getting picked up by the
Excuse
barber?
me, could you cut my son? Hey, watch your step.
I'm not, no, listen.
I know, but
Hey,
I've
whoa,
been
hey,
in barbers
hey.
and I've seen a woman walk in to bring her son, and everyone in the barber turns around and looks at her, especially if she's got a body on her, especially if she's pretty.
I've had-
Everyone stops to look at the woman
So there
walking
was-
in.
so-
The barbers are doing the best trims ever now. They're trying to show off.
So
Like,
I'll give
I've
an
seen
example of that.
That is
Yeah,
mad.
when I used to go to the barber shop, back in Acre Lane, there used to be one Legnaras light skin when it used to come in. Yeah,
The barber give you a lineup.
that's crazy. Wow, crazy. Yeah, fire for that. Yeah, right. Used to come in, yeah, with her son. So I think she might have been maybe probably 2 or 3 years older than me. Yeah, her son was like what, 7 or 8. Yeah, thick, short hair like Amber Rose. There was my barber and his other barber's name, which I used to call him Beres, yeah, because what that man used to call him, I didn't like his name. I just thought it was a bit too zesty.
No.
So obviously his name is Pipe, right? His name is Pipe. Don't.
Wesley, yeah?
Yeah. Whoa,
First name Wesley.
Right, yeah. So then whenever one of the guys come in, he used to say, "Pipe no homo," yeah? And he didn't get it. He said, "Bro, your name is a bit fiery, innit? But I can't really say your name without saying no homo." I used to laugh. So whenever the woman used to come in with her son, yeah, obviously, my barber, they're both Jamaican, but my barber's more like Usain Bolt Jamaican. The other barber part is more like Johan Blake Jamaican, so the patch was strong, yeah? So obviously, men try to sweet her up, yeah, so I leave him alone. But he used to cut her hair as well. But when she's coming, man, them head neck is craning like, who's this thick light skin girl, yeah? But she knew she was nice anyway, but it wasn't one of them ones where she weren't naive to be like, bro, I'm going into a Jamaican barbershop around man, and I can hold my own. So it's not, you know what I mean? It's not a thing. Whereas I can understand for some women where you feel like uncomfortable about it or whatever. But I've seen it. I saw this woman out one time at a dance. I was like, bro, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you can hold your own around man, then when you know they're gonna ogle you, you're just gonna shake it off.
Have you felt that way, like going to a woman's hairdressers?
Nah, I don't go to women's hairdressers. I used to get my hair
Or
done
if
by
you
my...
go somewhere we know there's going to be a bag of women and then like they just watch you because they know like.
That was yesterday outside the gym, bruv.
Do you see what I mean?
These girls with the freaking thick eyelashes preying me through the glass.
Ugh.
And I was looking and smiling, yeah, with the umbrellas, bruv. I was like, babe, leave me alone, bruv. Does anyone want to add something so I can rap down?
Shout out to my boy Troy, who's always at me when we do the pod. He's a big fan of the show, so I said I'll give him a shout.
Shout out, Troy.
Shout out to that boy Troy.
Yay!
People like that.
Troy boy.
Facts.
Every time we release an episode, he'll text me. Nah, when you said this,
I'm Rowena and Estefania.
That's
I
Lisa.
love to that.
So yes.
And
big
shout out to Lisa.
Big shout out to our
Whenever
people.
episode comes out, actually, that's Lisa. She's like, oh my god,